Hello viewers, welcome you to another Fashion of the Cheese Market series, and I hope you're ready for us today just as always. And without doubt, I know you have really been enjoying yourself. You've been learning so much from the Choose Market. Like I told you and always tell you, Choose Market is a platform. It's a market where you can come buy whatever you want to buy, whatever you want to find out about your life, your destiny, whatever question it is in your heart, come to the Choose Market. This is where we buy and sell choose. So today we have come with another topic and I know you're going to enjoy it. And I beseech you, don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay till the end and watch this video. I am Divine Susie and I'm going to introduce our source person for today, the person of the servant DV Furniture. Sir, you're highly welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right, and it's always a blessing having him in the podium. And you know what? It's going to be a bomb as usual. Okay, I want to welcome Roche Dozie to the show. You're highly welcome, sir.
Yes, it's a wonderful time in the truth market, and remember we always tell them that this is the greatest market in the globe.
Yes.
And what is required from our viewers is just to socket your attention.
That's right.
And grab a needful.
Socket your attention. That's a powerful word. So make sure you grab yours. All right, guess what? I have a new client here in our midst, and the person of Azine. You're highly welcome.
Thank you very much. And to our viewers, the Truth Market platform continues without compromise to unveil the reality and truth behind human existence and life.
That's right.
So please stay with us.
Okay, that's awesome. Did you hear that? So stay with us, don't go anywhere, and make sure you watch till the end. All right, we come to the main topic of today, and that has got to do with clothing. As you can see right from the inception of the world, as we have known, looking at the Garden of Eden, the first humans that were created never existed with clothing, let me put it that way. And suddenly, clothing began to emerge. And that is where I want to come from today. So, sir, I'll be showing this to you. And coming from this angle, I'm going to be saying, how did clothing actually come about? And then, talking about clothing, dressing now, is there any gender classification as regards to dressing or clothing? Thank you, sir.
Glory be to God.
Yeah.
It's okay. Clothing, the origin of it is, as we all know, first thing that is very paramount about clothing or the gender classification, is a thing of mind.
Okay.
Dressing is a thing of mind. I will tell you why. A man was not born with clothes.
Okay.
So if clothing is spiritual, God will have. If physical clothing, let me put it that way,
Okay.
have been spiritual, God will have given birth to children with, allow people to come into this world with clothes.
Okay.
So the first thing to diffuse whether there is gender classification or not
Okay.
is to know that God did not clothe a man while coming here on earth.
Wow.
So a man came here in the physical world naked.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and being naked, he remains unconscious of his nakedness till the age of accountability. So discussing it in two ways, spiritually and physically, you find out that there are spiritual garments
Okay.
and there are physical garments. And what necessitated physical garments is based on weather condition.
Wow.
And necessities.
Okay.
Then depending on the region,
Yeah.
And the environment determines what you wear and what you wear not.
That's right.
If you look at what happened in the Garden of Eden, it's in two ways.
Okay.
The spiritual garment is the most important garment. And that spiritual garment is human emotion. Wow. You clothe your spirit with human emotion. Your thought pattern determines. So to a large extent, if I am to say, or we are to say, we should pay more attention on spiritual garments, which is human emotion and feelings.
Okay.
Understand? Yes. And the thought pattern, then if you are clothed in the spirit, right, then the physical clothing might not take much of your attention to begin to talk of gender classification and all that. Because you know, in the Garden of Eden, in the book of Genesis chapter 3, verse 10 downward, God came to Adam, according to the story, and was trying to reach to them. They started running because they were naked.
Yes.
Now, that thing simply explained that there was a distraction, a punctuation of their concentration, a punctuation of their emotion. Because before they committed the sin, which is the sin of sexual intercourse, they never knew. They were not focusing attention on their carnality.
That's right.
They were focusing attention on the word of God, responsibilities they came into the world to face. So their attention was not on the physical body. But when distraction came into their life and they begin to think otherwise, that's when they came now to know, like, what? So we are naked. So we are even in the world that needed to clothe ourselves. But all those periods, when they were wearing spiritual garments, that was their focus, to make sure that that spiritual garment is not dirty, is not polluted. But the Satan came and polluted the spiritual garment. Now he manifested in the physical to their realization that they were naked.
Wow.
You get the point? Yes. So when the suggestion came, all their concentration was on what we came into the world to do. So that's why sometimes we laugh at these religious people, fanatics, and liars, who talks about the rapture. You know? Yeah. I remember when we discussed it in Earth Heaven still, we said that rapture, two people are raptured. One is the extreme people that are positively in two extreme sides, the positive and the negative.
Exactly.
Then the negative rapture is a madman. A madman is negatively raptured by Satan. And does not know that he's naked and he can walk on the street.
Wow.
Without caring who sees him and who does not see him. That's, in this interpretation, the garment is already what? Worn spiritually. So he concentrates to that demon that raptured him. So now, positive rapture. Are we, the living saints, who don't pay much attention to material things, to what people are going to say, to what is said by people or whatever thing. We are concentrating on the assignment we came into this world to do and who we are. So you are raptured in truths.
That's right.
According to the book of Matthew chapter 22, when you have your garment white and clean, that is emotional garments. Because Jesus was asked in the book of Matthew chapter 22, verse 37 and 38, what should we do to enter into the kingdom? Jesus told them that you people need to be raptured. and asked me how he talked about rapture.
Okay.
He said, love your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul. So when these three things are focused on things that has to do with God, you don't have any other concern about what is happening around you till you get that thing satisfied.
That is it.
Then he further to tell them that the next thing which to do, the greatest commandment and where all the prophets hangs, is use that being raptured, the information you are getting from God, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Apart from this, there is nothing we came into this world to do. So when distraction comes into a man, he thinks that fashion is something that he will use to update himself.
Okay, that's the reason behind that.
Yes. You understand?
Yes.
But he does not know that his nakedness began in the spiritual world. By not focusing attention on what he came into this world to do and who he is, just as he was as a child, who was raptured and living in the soul.
Okay.
So Adam and Eve were living in the soul, concentrating 100% on who they are and what they came into the world to do. See, Satan now came in and disfocused them, and they become conscious of the environment around them. So coming to the origin of clothing, it has a spiritual origin,
Okay.
it has physical origin. If it has a spiritual origin, that means that those that are focusing on who God is and what they came into the world to do, they are the people that are clothed with spiritual clothing.
Okay.
That human emotion and feelings. All right? Okay. So then from there proceeds the need to come physically and begin now to talk about the garments. So now, if you are in Canada, where there used to be snow and all that, just like we used to say, religion is evil. And anything that attains perfection or become universal, break away from religion.
Exactly.
Now, the religion is now asking man, hey, you have to wear in this manner, you have to wear in this manner. This is what they use to confirm that you are their subjects.
Okay.
If you agree to their dressing code and dressing pattern, it is confirmed that you are one of their slaves. For identifications of those that have been captured.
Yes.
And because clothing has a spiritual reflection, as long as you wear in obedience to that demon that instituted that religion, you will be identified. Because your thoughts also will reflect to what you are putting on.
That is it.
So the meditation of your heart become a reflection that is going to attract demon to you.
Wow.
So now, if you want to put on a cloth, right?
Yes, sir.
Cloth does not fall and enter into you. That's what I'm talking about. Attention, emotion, and feelings. You sit in the bed and you want to go to any place, you first have to use your spirit to go and collect the clothes in the wardrobe.
I hear this.
And brass the one that is you are going to wear.
Exactly.
So your spirit has already traveled. Now that connectivity is a consciousness that links you to either demon or to God.
My goodness.
You see the relationship?
Yes, sir.
Now, and this is something, nobody goes on the streets like plainly naked. So if you don't take care and do it as the way religions do it, you'll be owned by Satan and possessed. By that, your thought pattern, like, okay, I have to put on certain clothes, all right?
Yes.
Because of religious reasons, not because of weather condition created by God or circumstances. that suits you and is convenient for you. But for the sake of religion, then you are already a confirmed slave master and possessed by that thing which you observe. Because we said, what is worship? Worship is recognizing anything that is not present. So each time, and you can't think two things at a time. So each time you recognize anything that is not present, then if it is negative, you are worshiping Satan. If it takes your attention away from God, you are worshiping Satan. Then if that thing is positive and you think it in a godly way, then you are worshiping God by recognizing, like what we said about altar. Altar means something that alters your conscience. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I want to slap this person now, I remember that, hey, Jesus said, no, don't slap. Or the word of God said, don't slap. That consciousness has made me to worship God by restraining my acts.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. Then if I want to put on a clothes and forget about God, but to remember my general overseer or my imam, or my religion. All right?
Yes.
Then, whether it is cold or hot, I'm not wearing it to suit the weather created by God and to satisfy me. I'm wearing it because of religious reason. Then Satan is there to take his own portion, because it is Satan that instituted religion, the master of division.
Okay. I hear you.
Am I communicating with you? All right. So this is what people do not know about this issue of clothing. It has become a religious debate. Don't wear this, don't wear that, and don't wear that. But we're coming to that.
Okay.
All right. But let's finish about this issue of clothing as an emotion. Now, we have said it someday. The totality of your being is a composition of what you think, what you speak, and what you do. That which you do forms you. That which you think forms you. And that which you speak forms you over time. Then what you do comprises what you hear and what you see. Okay. Now, we had once said that a man is created as a two personality, so to say, which is the body and the soul. So a man had no spirit of his own, generated by him.
Yes.
What a man had from beginning of earth was body and soul. And that soul is the spirit of God in a man, which he was programmed to operate in accordance to the perfect will of God. Okay. But when suggestion and this distraction coming from clothing now, or Garden of Eden distraction, right, came. Now, Satan uploaded an imagination, according to the book of Genesis chapter 8, which has to do with a negative imagination. And that is where now the build up of emotion, which in the spiritual world become a being, an entity, a spirit of man, came up to be. So at that point, Adam and Eve trespassed and went about doing their own things their own way. They have created a spirit or a will that controls the will of God.
Okay.
So now a child is born. A child does not have a spirit of his own. A child has only the soul and the body. The soul is the essence of God in a child. Then the body is the carrier of the Spirit of God in that child. Okay. So a child has no imagination of his own. Okay. So he is innocent and he exists body and soul. So when Adam and Eve now failed, right, another spirit was developed, which is now the soul, which is the Spirit of God, and the spirit of Adam, or their imagination of the spirit of man. now and their body. So they become tripartite being by
Beings.
trespass, not by default
Okay.
or by creation. All right? So when you go to the book of Genesis, chapter 3, Genesis chapter 6, now God said, my spirit will no longer contend with these people because they have started manufacturing their own imagination, contrary to how I intended it to be. All right?
Yes, sir.
So now, their spirits and the code and the mode of dressing now will be determined by their level of imagination.
Yes, sir. Okay.
No longer decently or innocently as God proposed it to be. Because they are now putting emotional garments,
That's it.
clothed by them, by what they thought, what they do, and what they speak. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, to buttress this, the most important clothing we should pay attention to is the spiritual garment. There was a time they were telling me, saying about clothing this and that. Somebody not wearing this and wearing that. I say, tell me anyone who is wearing clothes according to religious prescription
Yes.
that is a saint. Then I will give you 1 million people who are saints, but they are not following religious doctrines of clothing, because these are immaterial. But if we pay attention to human emotion and our distraction is not on the physical and carnal things, which divides. We said divides.
Yeah.
We say the limitation, the vanity of material things is a limitation. Because anything physical is limited by geography and determined by geography.
Yes,
But things that are spiritual is internal and touches all aspects of life and space of life. So if man now begin to concentrate on clothing or not clothing, it will become 100% distraction unto them. So what we are saying, that if a man is trained according to the word of God, and his spiritual being is being clothed by the positive emotion, positive thought, and positive word, and positive action, then there is no way the person will not know the right clothes to wear.
That's right. Okay. Okay, sir, in this regard, can I?
Okay, go on.
All right.
Go on. Yeah.
Now, based on what you have said, now,
Okay.
looking at, is it Deuteronomy now? Yes. Where he said that women should not wear men's clothing and men should not wear women's clothing, that it is an abomination to God. So in this regard now, is there any cloth that a woman shouldn't wear that is specifically meant for man
Okay.
because of this?
Now, one, you people keep on bringing Deuteronomy. What is our business with Deuteronomy?
Okay.
The author of Deuteronomy did not see Jesus Christ.
Right.
Are you there?
Yes.
And Deuteronomy is Old Testament, not a New Testament.
Okay.
And the two, by the things that belong to men should not be wear. Who told you that men wear trousers?
Okay. Good question.
No, it's not a good one. You will answer me, because I started by telling you people that if God had been
Yes.
conscious of that, and if he had been a spiritual need, right,
Yes.
a man would have been coming with clothes.
Okay.
So to God, your clothes is this your flesh. Are you there?
Yes.
Which clothes your spirit. And your spirit wear its own clothes, which is your emotion and your thoughts. So what God is looking as your clothing is this flesh.
Okay.
All right? So now, the question of how you design your clothes, as I said initially, depends on the location, on the age, and whatsoever. So we should not make the laws of men to be the laws of God, and make the laws of God of no effect, according to the book of Matthew chapter 15, verse 16.
Yes.
We're not saying that anybody should dress naked, but even if you dress naked, it is up to you, because the code and the heat and the shame and the distraction is upon you. Because at that point, you went to go onto to your wardrobe and go to a tailor and say, okay, give me this one that will show my body. Then you are already working as an agent of Satan.
Okay.
All right? So you are already employed. So what is my business? If you dress naked in the street and come to that, does that affect me? It doesn't affect me. It's you and your own trouble. All right? Yes. So which we're saying, any man who is seduced because he saw a naked woman is already a useless person. Right? Yes. Because if you are spiritually clothed, just like Adam and Eve, you will be naked and you won't even know that you are naked. Isaiah in the book of Isaiah chapter 20 was naked and walked in the street for 3 days, for 3 years or 1 year. As a result of that concentration, to know whether he can focus all his attention on the essence of God. All right? Yes. Without being distracted or looking around. He did it for a period of 1 year or 3 years. You know? So, what was that doing? It was sharpening his level of focus. Just like the fasting. Like me, yes. When I was told to do 40 days and 40 nights. It was not that the night coming away from food has any significance, so to say, spiritually. Okay. But it was a training to tell you that you have conquered the flesh. That the things that has to do with flesh, if you can stay away from food and fruits for 40 days, then nothing could mean anything to you anymore. All right? So immediately you have a flashback, then that becomes so. In any challenge that might present itself to you carnally. All right? So it's based on self-discipline. So your clothes does not change God. It changes you. Because God is a constant. And you are a variable. So if you dress naked unto you, all the distractions is going to be your own case. Not me, my own case, who is looking at you. Okay. All right? Yes. Yes. Just like the scenario or the case I discussed someday. But what I want to establish here is that as soon as you are busy with your destiny and what God sent you to do here on earth, you won't have time for all this religious nonsense. Okay. And if you have people that are close to you, that are still raptured in thinking good, speaking good, and doing good as you do, yes. Both of you will not have time for anything that has to do with immorality or dressing indecently. That's right. You will cover yourself up based on the fact that, yes, you know that this is the weather condition until you are going to the public. Are you listening to me? Yes. So the issue of clothing, if you discuss anything by materially, you cannot generalize anything that is physical. Generalize it. Okay. Okay. And if you do, you become religious. Because it's going to bring division and contradiction. Okay. I'm going to tell you why they all fail. Okay. Okay, certain churches tell you don't wear trousers. Yes, sir. All right? Yes, sir. It's a limitation. They cage you. All right? Yes, sir. Why did they cage you? If you are a farmer and you are a woman, all right? Yes. Will you wear skirt or tie wrapper to farm? No. Okay. You have to wear something that is convenient for you. And that is knicker or trousers. So if you die in the farm, you are going to hell, right? According to religion.
That is how they put it.
According to religion now. If you die in the farm, you will go to, yes. Hell. You go to hell. According to religion. Division. Now, if you say I should wear skirts, and I become a policeman or a military man, and I'm a woman, I become a military man, and I'm going for rescue, or I'm employed as a fire service fighter. Okay. All right? What will I wear? Skirts to climb on top of upstairs to rescue people that are on the danger of fire. Can I move fast? Is a limitation. That is religion for you. Now in Nigeria, NYSC, if you finish your admission, your school, you have to go and serve. All right? Yes, okay, like so many of us when we served. Okay? The khaki they give to you, is it skirt or trouser? You find out that religion is the worst thing that have ever happened to humanity. Do whatever you are doing conveniently according to the specification, according to the location, according to the geography, as long as it is a physical thing. Do it to your convenience. And if you are wearing spiritual garments, right, then you do it not to inconvenience people or to inconvenience yourself, but you do it for your own good and for the good of all, not to create any impression. Tell me what a clothing can do to any person who is a spiritual. The answer is no. I was driving today as if I knew that this was going to be the topic. I was driving today, I saw a woman, relatively old, right? And wearing this thing, no earring and this clothing. So I was like looking at her now. I say, look at this woman, as wretched as she is. She has obeyed the laws of religion, but she's poor.
That is it.
So the law couldn't fetch her the intelligence and the reasoning to escape poverty. So you find out that all these things is pure cardinal slavery. All right?
Yes.
Pure slavery is a conspiracy against men to confirm that these people are hooked. So now, observing all these religious doctrines and constraints, does it give you promotion? Does it give you peace? You see somebody who is not having earring, putting scarf, but is a divorcee, quarreling with the husband or quarreling with the wife,
That is it.
unable to pay children's school fees. Then I should have think that if you are living in truth and in God, then the God whom you serve will have been able to give you the reasoning to overcome all these things, because we are told to go and have dominion over the things of the earth, including money.
That is it.
All right? But you have obeyed all the religious laws, and yet you are poor. Are we there?
Yes.
So this is it. Never use anything physical. That's where they fell. Don't use any physical thing to liken to God,
Okay.
because they are a finished product and they are effects. And effect does not create. Effects goes by locations and specifications. Am I communicating with you? Right. So this is the issue of clothing. It shouldn't even come on the affairs of person, man, to begin to make you to feel guilty. Like them that said, okay, this is how you're going to dress. When you get out there, where the geography does not support it. You know these people that are wearing kaftan or what?
Richard. Is it Richard?
Okay.
Okay.
Under hot heat, they are still putting it on.
That is it.
Then you carry a child and cover a child.
Hi, Jesus Christ.
Then this thing is inconveniencing this child, but has been groomed by religion that you should not receive heat. Tomorrow, polio, deformation, stupidity, meningitis will affect that child. You find out that many religious people, all of them are crippled. Eye problem, leg problem, this problem is because of the fact that these people are not aligning themselves to nature. They are aligning themselves to religion.
Exactly.
So our attention should be, oftentimes, if not because this thing came, and I don't want to rejecting anything that comes as a topic, we shouldn't be discussing something that is physical. We should discuss things that are universal. These are the things that stands the test of time. That cut across, that is beyond races, that is beyond religion.
Okay.
All right? It penetrates and pierces wherever you are. Like this, what did I say? This garment,
Garments we're talking about.
spiritual garment. it's very, very important that when you are clothed in the inside, every other thing could follow. So I think your question is answered.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
So you wear whatsoever you want to wear, provided it is convenient for you.
Okay.
And provided, if you are not a fool or an agent of Satan, provided it doesn't lead other people to distraction.
Okay.
Okay?
So, sir, you just mentioned that we shouldn't be discussing this, but I'm happy for the way that you're dissecting it because people that are out there don't really understand.
Okay.
Like, for instance, some people will say, oh, you wear trousers to your church. It's not allowed in my church. So
Okay.
when they are going to church, they tie their hair, take off their earrings.
Mhm.
But then when you see and recognize them tomorrow,
Mhm.
when you see them tomorrow on the street, you won't even believe that they are the same people.
Yes.
So you are now telling us that spiritual garments is the most important one because if you're wearing the garments of the spirit, automatically it guides every area of your life.
Yeah.
It helps you to choose what you're going to put on.
Yeah,
So that way you're living in truth.
Yes.
You know that this is right and
Yeah.
this is wrong.
Yeah.
So just for clarification purpose.
Okay.
For clarification purposes,
It is good it's being
spiritual
discussed.
garments,
Okay.
it's good it's being discussed.
Okay.
And the spiritual garment is the most important.
Important one. Yes. That's what we're saying. Don't avoid sin because you'll be punished. And religious people avoid sin because they will be punished.
Punished.
Stay away from sin because it is no longer in your nature. Not because you'll be punished. So those people you are saying now, they are avoiding sin or religious doctrine, obeying them because they will be punished. So immediately the punishment is removed. Right? They go and commit the sin. But a person to whom it is not in his nature, whether the punishment is removed or not, then life goes on. That is the reason why many people are complaining. Religion, are you listening to me now? And the followers of religion. Complaining that the children of pastors, imams, and religious leaders are wayward. And the reason why they are wayward is just because of this topic, one of these things, which we are discussing today. All right? When they are with you in the house, you don't teach them universal things. You teach them error and tell them lies. All right? And they will innocently obey it growing up. You get the point? Now, when they go out, maybe enter into university, they face realities of life and found out that that lie we have told him and groomed him up with is conflicting with the reality outside. So when they find out it's conflicting, now they find out that these guys are doing these things and they are not dead.
Yes.
They are doing these things and they are performing well in exams and taking first. All right? Now, they will overdo it. And they, as a wrong discovery.
Yes.
They would overdo it because those emotional entanglements you kept them and slavery you kept them, all right? They will try to write the carryover.
That's right.
And in the bid of writing the carryover, they will overwrite it. Now, when they are coming now at home, they become as innocent as a dove. But immediately they go out there, they become tigers and tigresses. They become demons. So you find out that you did not universalize their existence because you were not telling them the universal aspects of life. You were narrowing them into the cocoon of a religion, which is not universal. So when they travel from one state to the other or from one locality to the other and see their mates, they feel inferior because they are now facing the realities of life. So I'm talking to all of you people that are victims of religion. This is why they are saying that people are wayward. Look at all the children raised here. There is no school, secondary school, or university they have gone to. They are not noticed as the best children. They are being looked upon. Who trained you? Where were you raised? Then the person says, I'm a New Jerusalemite. I was raised in the New Jerusalem. You know what? The reason is because from the onset, we teach them universal aspects of life. So there is no way they will go out and conflict with the society. Instead, they will be superior to those who are doing something that is not according to the perfect will of God. So in whichever way, we have students in Bayero University, we have people in ESUT, we have people in Owerri, this university in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and so many scattered everywhere. But their lecturers will take their time and call. If they can't call, they will ask them, who trained you? Your behavior, your character, your lifestyle is unlike anything I've seen in any university. You are incorruptible. What is the secret? That universal aspect of life, which they receive from childhood.
Okay, sir.
Let me tell you, before
On
you
this,
come in, let me tell you,
Okay.
I'm sure, even me, as a victim of what you just said,
Okay.
we never believed that someone there is no way universal, or maybe God was not involved in the issue of human clothing.
Okay.
If not that, we explain it now.
Okay.
It was just based on geographical or circumstances that must have prompted you to wear a particular cloth to suit whatever circumstances you find yourself.
Yeah.
We grew up believing that there must be a way a man should dress,
Okay.
a woman should dress.
Dress.
Not that you can just, because that is what is around
You see, that is what that's against the 14th laws of truth. 14th laws of truth says, don't speak any truth you don't have enough time to explain. Many things written in the so-called Bible, Old Testament, all right, is a confusion. Why is it a confusion? Because there is no explanation. It's only Jesus that came and began to tell you something and tell you the process. Now they told you a man should not wear what a woman cannot wear, and a woman cannot wear what a man can wear. Okay, which is the size of the clothes that will size a man according to the Deuteronomy? And what is the list of those clothes they want a man to wear?
Exactly.
Did they list it there? The answer is no. Which fabrics? They didn't specify it. All right? But you tell me Deuteronomy said it. You see confusion. We said, if you people don't come out from religion, am I communicating with you? If you people don't come out from religion, you are finished. Because they are the author of division, segregation, complication. Physical scientists are making complex things simple, and they are busy making simple things complex. Now, somebody who is wearing clothes according to his specifications of the religion, right? Like the person you said, okay, is already in prison. The person masturbates, the person smokes, the person drinks in the secrets. The person is angry at all time in the heart. Then, are you building your spiritual garment or your physical garment? So they are making the word of God of no effect.
That's right.
By the traditions of men. Matthew chapter 5 verse 6.
Those people have been condemned because of the issue of clothing.
Yes. Honestly, I'm just waiting for you to answer because...
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
So, but by standard,
Exactly.
you need to be natural. We're not saying anybody to go in the streets becoming naked. But I'm still telling you, if you are trained in the spirit, you'll be good straightforward. That is to say, as good as you are in the church, and as decent as you are in the church, so decent you'll be at home. So decent you'll be in the school. Why? Because you are a universal and a free being that is living a balanced life, not to please anybody or please any religion, but to ensure that you do something that is going to satisfy you. For so many questions, you people have not answered me. All right? Like the one I asked you people, a policeman, a policewoman, what will he wear? And by standard, who even supposed to wear skates? It's not a puzzle. Who even supposed to wear skates? I think it is a man.
You want to?
The why a man should be here because the bowler is long, disturbing the shape. So he will wear the one that have to cover him. But women's own are flatter.
Yeah, this is
No. Let us go to reality now. Who's supposed?
No, on a very serious note.
On a very serious
Yes.
note, who's supposed to wear?
It's men.
It's
From
men.
this illustration.
From this illustration.
Yes.
It's men by natural composition
exactly.
supposed to wear so that they will hide their this thing very well.
Because Jesus was even wearing gown.
Leave Jesus alone. I'm telling you now, based on this science, who's supposed actually
Yes.
to wear gown?
Gown.
It is a man.
It's true.
Then they tell you not to wear what a man will wear, but their reverend father, they are this one, they are imam, and every other thing is wearing kaftan and all that. And wearing simi and long hair this thing. You see, they make the law they cannot control.
Wow.
So it was not actually that there is any way God was involved in all this physical.
Okay,
It
sir.
can be a doctrine of the church.
Yes.
Are you listening to me? Which we have already told you. We don't condemn trousers, but we don't encourage it.
Okay.
Take it this way.
Okay.
We don't condemn it, but we don't encourage it. Why? Because if you should encourage it, you cannot now be specific on the pattern on how somebody is going to wear. Trouser is trouser. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is it. So those things should be allowed to flow and go naturally.
I want to tell you something. There is something you were trying
Before I wanted to drop a question so
Okay,
that I don't
okay.
forget.
Okay, go
In
on.
respect to this now,
Okay.
you know, if you look at St. Paul, where he talked about, and no, Peter, yes, where he said, let your clothing not be of the outward apparel, let it be of the inner apparel. But he was now talking about moderation when you talk about, he said it should not be costly. Now, I was giving specification based on how people should dress. And now, which suggested some people now, this religious stuff, now condemning expensive clothes and this and that. So based on this now, I just want to ask, what is the universal standard, at least for a Christian or a child of God to dress?
Okay. The universal standard
Or principle?
or principles of a man, I've said it, but maybe you didn't understand.
Okay.
Dressing is a thing of mind. If you dress indecently, you have already roped your conscience. Because it gives you bundles of distraction. As you are walking in the street, you are fighting your conscience. And as you are fighting your conscience, you're already stolen and employed by Satan. Who gave you that distraction? So if God still come, he will going to look for you. Because God does not see you physically. He looks for Adam and Eve.
Okay.
He will still ask you, where are you? You say, I'm wearing civil.
Okay.
Are you there? Because those things you are going in the street and your attention is like this, who is seeing me? Is this good or this bad? And this one has already made you a slave. So the universal way is to feed your spirits with truth and wear whatever is convenient for you.
Yes, but it's a bit, you know, there is these people that say it doesn't matter. That what matters is your heart.
Look, let me explain to you. I've explained it. You want to tell me now, somebody who is dressing naked in the streets will tell you that, okay, if you wear naked and come to the church, I will ask you out.
Okay.
That's it.
Settled.
All right? Yes. I will do what? I'll ask you out. I'll tell the ushers, don't allow this.
Okay.
How do we mean? Pay more attention to what the person is doing to himself
Okay.
or to herself than what he's doing to you as a person. That's where you people miss it. That person that's dressed nakedly, plaits hair and all that things and do all those things is already in bondage. And because is doctrines something you don't promote within your own things, for your own convenience, and church, which is not his own church. All right? Yes. All right. Then you can now say, okay, please, this thing is not permitted here. But don't ever open your mouth and say that whosoever does that is going to hellfire.
Okay. Okay.
Don't ever say that it is a sin to put it on.
Okay.
But say that this is the doctrines of this church. So that you give it in a parenthesis.
That's right.
That this is the laws of men and the doctrines of the church. What is the meaning of doctrine? I discussed this someday. Yes. Doctrines means a doctored rule.
That's right.
Something you doctored. And tailored is no longer original, it's no longer raw. You doctored it to suit you, suit the whatever. So it's doctored, it's tailored. That's the doctrines of church. So God does not have a doctrine. What God has is principles, law that is universal and eternal.
That's it.
You get what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Yes. So coming to us now, we don't encourage it. But we don't condemn it. If somebody comes here now, maybe our member, truth member, all right? Yeah, we can tell you this is not encouraged. But not that you just came as just a stranger whom we don't know. What thing concern me? It doesn't cost anything to me because there is nothing or any way you dress that you can affect me more than how you have destroyed yourself. So let us pay attention on that word, heart.
Yes.
Say God watches the heart according to what they say. You know, some people, churches say by grace, God does not care. God watches the heart. Now, just like what they do about fixing nails. Now, you're fixing nails and say God searches the heart. Were you carrying Bible and meditating over God when you took yourself to saloon and sit for 2 hours, 3 hours to make up all those things? Where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So at that very point, you are meditating about your nails over that. So if we say, don't fix nails as the doctrines of the church, if you come here, I'll ask you to go out. Why? Because your heart is already polluted. I saw you just for once and tell you it is bad, but you have had it for 3 hours in the saloon. Yeah? Which heart is polluted? I didn't meditate. I didn't know I was going to see you. I just came to see you as a mad person with a tall fingernails, right? All right? As an incontented person and an unnatural person. Because the eyelashes and all those things is that you assume or wish that God would have created you or added more eyelashes. So it's already a blasphemous act on its own. So if you want to discuss anything, discuss it based on the intention.
Okay.
Not on the action. Because intention precedes action.
Yes.
And intention and thought is spiritual, but action is physical.
That's right.
So if you are judging something based on action, you will always get it wrong.
Okay.
But you judge things based on the intention. So that person who have sat, went to tell her or him, design it this way, is already worshiping that and imagining how it is going to be. So the imagination of men has become polluted according to the book of Genesis chapter 8. So we are trying to regulate you of what you use your thought for. So that when God comes looking for you, he will not ask you, where are you? Now I further to let you know, God does not see a man that is tall and handsome. He doesn't see a man. God does not see color.
This is amazing.
Do you understand? It goes by perception. And that perception is your thoughts. your communication point and the hearing organ of God is heart.
I remember you saying that.
Yes. So God does not see you are wearing blue. Blue is what connects you to God if you are reasonable or spiritual. Okay. But God can never bless you because you are wearing blue every Friday. God can never bless you because you are wearing blue or white.
I hear
But
that.
Satan can punish you because you are wearing black.
That's right.
Why? Because that's your thought to wear black for a certain thing has told that Satan to come and possess this person if you're a candidate.
Wow.
So intention should be the controlling pattern. So there is no universal way a person is supposed to dress. If you are in the farm, wear like a farmer.
Okay.
If you're a policewoman, wear like a policewoman. If you are a copper, wear like a copper. If you are going to church, dress decently.
This is powerful.
Are you there?
Exactly.
And make sure that you free your heart, not to impress any person or to oppose anything. Because if you want to oppose, like so many people now, deliberately want to oppose authority, all right? You wear trousers. You're already enslaved. By that, your intention of opposition. So I think this is how, is your question answered?
Yes, sir.
So we don't generalize anything that is physical.
Okay.
I want to come in a little bit.
All right?
Yes.
Okay.
There is I could remember when the story of the discovery in Nigeria, where some people were still dressing naked.
Yes.
I think it was a part of the month or something like that. Now begin to see what actually people were like that before this consciousness of putting on the cloth. What actually happened?
Okay.
Why the movement from I was naked, I was still like other people. I was not thinking about putting on, and now suddenly
Yes.
you see
Look
people
at
putting
it.
on.
Look at it. Just like what I'm telling you people. Intention. Where is my hanky? Okay. Intention plays the vital role. God is interested in what you think in your heart. Right?
Yes.
Now, religion is an upload and a program written by Satan
Okay.
to upload it in a man and repeatedly continue so that it crystallizes on a person and the person begins to behave like an animal according to the doctrines of the religion. That's why they don't allow things to go naturally. Many chronic religions, all right?
Yes.
As soon as you are born, they continue grooming you. Imagine you growing up now and somebody is telling you to use left hand to write and to eat. You know? It's going to be bizarre.
Yes.
You are not going to fit in because you are groomed with this. But if you were born, right, and you were told or asked to use left hand, and your mother consciously condition you, you grow up a child using left hand comfortably without any issue. Right? Because you programmed it. So what religion does, as soon as a child is born on earth, they steal the original nature of God, hand it over to Satan, and reprogram that child according to the doctrines of that religion. So when a child is going out, that emotion he generated and the spirit following him is no longer the original and natural spirit God endowed him with, which we said that many children are born, every child is born great by nature, but made fool by nurture. And that nurture comes from school, religion, teaching, government threatening and intimidation, religious threatening and intimidation, and all that. So this issue of sexuality, attaching too much importance in sex, was uploaded in the society by these things, holding something that is insignificant so tight. And because of that, the emotion of men gets glued to that. Then they left weightier matter and begin to concentrate on trivial issue, which was the primary purpose of Satan, to have men distracted.
That's right. That's right.
Are you there? Yes. Now, look at it now. Like, is it YB2K? What's this homosexuality? LGBTQ. Okay, Q. Fine. People are fighting it. They don't know that as you are fighting it, you are giving it credence.
That's right.
Whoever have not heard, thank God I don't even know the pronunciation. But the more you are trying to find out, the more you are trying to nose out and understand. Why is this thing evil? Why is this thing evil? Before you know, you test it. So Satan brings something and throw it in the society. Religious people will dive it and begin to scatter it, analyze it. Then they forget God and the right thing to do.
So it's a distraction.
It's a distraction. When they begin now to there, you be to give this one, that one, that one, that one. Before you before you know what is happening, it begins to spread. Then children begin to hide to test it, to know what is YB2K. Are you there? It continues spreading. It continues spreading. It continues spreading. It continues spreading. Then over time, after 2-3 years, 4 years, people have lost the origin. It becomes a normal culture. Satan has gained ground. So if people should be wise, as we are saying, to discuss something naturally, immediately anything negative comes in, shun it.
Exactly.
Ignore it. If you see today, that why people go to church is to solve problems caused by Satan. Nobody is living above Satan. Why? It's a code. It's a code because immediately you go to church, ancestral spirit, ancestral formulation, demon. They begin to give this man rank. He begin to swell up. Gain more popularity. You talk about Jesus few and call Satan 100 times. Discuss his nature, how he killed uncle, how he do that one. Then people now begin to shrink. So if you ask a child to define God, he cannot define God. But he will define Satan 100%. Completely and draw it for you and give it a horn. Are you listening to me? Exactly. Then if you ask a child to define wealth, he cannot. All he knows is poverty. He will give you a sculpture of poverty and tell you how a poor person behaves. Because he's a victim. Yes, caused by the parents. Because when they go to church, they don't discuss, even if they are going to discuss wealth, they discuss it in a criminal form. They don't teach children the primary and the principles of making money. That is it. Which starts from learning handwork and being responsible. All what they think is spoken word. They flash it. Okay, look at Roman paganism, the chaplet. Right? Yes. Is it not an infiltration? Exactly. That they give you a chaplet. You call Mary 100 times and call Jesus 5 times. You get cloned by that. Repeatedly. All right? Yeah. So when that cloning continue, then the weightier matter, you lose it. There are so many people under Roman paganism, even in this thing, who cannot explain Jesus Christ, his nature and his essence. Because they were raised with infiltrated, doctored, and polluted doctrines of the church. So coming to the issue of sex, rape, and all that, in the time of old, when there was no clothing, people were not conscious of sex. You have never heard that somebody raped somebody.
Never.
And people wear pints, and women just cover their this thing either with palm, whatever, right? Trees, or whatever. And they go. And you have never seen any infidelity. Why? It has not been uploaded in their consciousness. That if you see a naked person, you get lost. It was not uploaded. So they were innocently going. Living their life naturally and all that. So this issue of sex is an upload. Distraction is an upload. I'm asking a woman to come and dress naked and seduce me. Since, even before I become a man of God, no woman have ever seduced me. Because I see you as a plank of wool, if that is your intention. Compared to my purpose and my mission here on earth. All right? So I cannot trade my destiny for a sex. I can't trade my future for a naked woman in the street. So you have to raise your people supposed to be raised to train your appetite, to raise your appetite above earthly things. Am I communicating with you? Yeah. You know what I mean by raising your appetite? Yeah. If they bring food you don't eat, no matter how hungry you are, it doesn't interest you. So if truth has been developed, all right, and men are nurtured, all right, and get them engaged and busy to be having intercourse with their future, instead of sexual intercourse, they begin to have mental intercourse, academic intercourse. They'll brainstorm with your physics, agriculture, chemistry. It becomes your everything. You love, you eat. If you are here in the outside, you say, hey, I'm missing my physics. My boyfriend, physics. My boyfriend, chemistry. If that is what is uploaded in these children, nobody will grow up looking for whom to rape and whom not to harass.
That is it.
It's a simple. Look at how many virgins we have here. Too many of them. Nobody comes here now like people that are truth member, regularly here, raised by here, talked about sex. Why? They abuse you. With their handwork, with classes, with school, with everything. So engage people, not with evil. Engage them with truth and in the truth. However, before we came, there was no truth. Truth was not made common. But thank God for the laws of truth, the teaching of the New Jerusalem, the Book of Excellence, the Lifeguard, and so many materials we have brought. Just like this truth market. What we are doing is to upload to the human consciousness so that they will focus their attention on the weightier matter and forget about all these carnal and trivial things. That's what I was saying on Sunday. You are still in animal kingdom. When sex, fame, money, and material things are still the things controlling you. You are still in
Animal
an
kingdom.
animal kingdom. So we have to upgrade and come to a place where, because of where you are going to, because of the people whom you are going to save, you will not have time for compromise. All right? They say, look at what we are saying now. They say that an idol's mind is what?
Devil's work.
Devil's workshop. But nobody have constructed it that abusing mind is Holy Ghost workshop.
Yes.
Are you listening to me? Nobody has known that abusing mind is Holy Ghost workshop. It is only here we are using that.
There is something that
So that was the things of the old. By then, religion have not come with their lies to upload them.
we are just
They were there. Their software or app, sexual app, is not uploaded in their memory. So they are just busy for what they came to. Right? Because if you don't have an application in your phone, you can't make use of it. So religion will come and begin to upload something. You know? Look at so many things they uploaded that is now working against them. One was television. They say it's devil's box. One is ATM card, ATM ad was mark of CCC's, cashless society. Right? Now, every of them is using it. Another one was a 5G network.
Yes.
Another one is the mark of the beast. Another one is the second coming of Jesus. Another one is Judgment Day. Another one is Rapture. Right? They uploaded all those things in the conscience of people, and men are lost. Imagine somebody who is not planning on how to attain perfection and enjoy heaven here on earth. It's an upload. Wow. It's telling you that heaven is going to come. So if you see the person now, he starts suffering and struggling like this clothing now. You wear tattered, you wear, you quoting Paul for me, right? You wear big, cheap clothes. I will not wear cheap clothes if I can afford expensive one.
Fine. Powerful.
All right?
Yeah.
I won't. Wear cheap one. I will wear expensive one. Yes. And I will not even buy Belgium if I can afford brand new car.
I wanted to ask that.
All right? I won't ride Belgium if I can afford a brand new car. Because those that are, God of mercy. Have you gone to Dubai?
This is something else.
Yeah. Religion has killed people, destroyed humanity.
Honestly.
That even people who brought it are living larger than people who claim to embrace it.
True.
Yeah. In the Western world, there is no power failure. But here, what is happening? So, religion must go by all means.
fire, by
Anybody
force.
who knows where they are should come and tell me. And whatever you want me to discuss, I will be discussing it till they leave society.
That is it.
They have destroyed men. Now, is it not an upload? If we start telling people now that we are enjoying heaven here on earth, it will be looking to them like, what's strange? What are these guys saying? What are they saying? You know? What are they saying? If you, so many people, you tell them, I don't have problem, I'm not thinking, they say, no, there's no man without a problem.
That's it.
I think you have started experiencing it.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
Nobody without a
Problem.
problem. Now, does it mean that Satan is more powerful than God? The answer is no. So all this issue of clothing is just a distraction. Uploads. They upload it, you continue, argue it, like that ATM. They argued it, mark of the beast. People will come and hold hand and begin to pray. Then scientists are there, discovering on how to manufacture something. Yes. When they pray, and get useless, eventually ATM come. They say no. Now
They swap.
they go into it. Television. Don't watch television. Don't watch television. Now they are using it online, even during coronavirus. They collect tithes and offering through that which they rejected. You see? So, all right.
Yes, because it has happened.
Yeah.
Because religion they have done damages, and man has ignorantly begun to.
You tell somebody to come and marry, say, no, I'm not married. If Christ tarry,
Yes.
if rapture does not come, I would get married. And Julius Berger is walking road that will last for 200 years. Manufacturing car, the car, 20, 30 cars is already in the market. Then if you ask any religious person to come and he say, no, before 2030, Jesus will come.
Yes. Exactly.
You will still be there. Come and get married. No, if God tarries. Imagine how divisional religion has been. Now somebody who is in church A does not marry somebody in church B.
Imagine.
And somebody in church A does not marry. And trust Satan. Many of them are unmarried.
Exactly.
Many of them are unmarried. Then when the veil of religion come out of their eyes, when they want to go and grab a man, it's already late.
It's late.
Let me tell you something. I remember in the youth service era, where they come into the banking system and say, it's a corporate style.
Okay.
Then the copper.
Speak louder.
The copper based on the religion choice.
Yeah.
If she doesn't put on this, then everything will scatter. But I remember the human resources senior manager had to manage the circumstances because she insisted that she must put on a religious way to come.
Yeah.
A corporate way is expected to be. So it is actually what religion has done.
Yeah.
It has caged a lot of people.
You are struggling. You know you are offending this system.
Yes.
But because of your religious nonsense,
Don't give me that.
you continue.
Okay, now this damage has been done.
Okay.
Because what we are trying to do now is to educate the public universe that this is not even an issue.
Yeah.
That it never had origin from God. He said that truth is anything that has its origin from God. Because the method of dressing here in the physical world, God never knew about that. It is your cloth, the
flesh.
body that he's interested in, and your top pattern. That what he sees, not actually whatever material, the textile, whatever they are putting on.
Yeah.
Now this has come to be. And we are telling us that this negative imagination drew Satan into this game.
Yeah.
And he began to decide whosoever, okay, dress like this, do this. Now, how will somebody be in danger or going into danger of putting on a particular cloth ignorantly, connecting him or herself into the spiritual world where Satan is in charge?
Okay.
How can somebody get that for you?
Okay. Now, this is how it goes. All right? Because of this debate, right, which still came from Satan. Now, a particular thing now, consciousness, like if I give somebody who is sick this hanky now, yeah? Or somebody pick this hanky in the streets, it will not mean anything to that person. You know why? He doesn't know who kept it. But if somebody that is sick now, or watching me in television now, I say, place your hand on that television as you're watching me, I'm using this hanky to heal you. That connectivity, which is the spirit, is what is going to heal that person.
Wow. That's right.
Not this hanky.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Then if I consciously run spirit through this thing, just like the water I bless for people. Right? If you just bring water, I lay hand on it. I consciously infuse my being, my spirit, and ask angel to take control. Then, if it is your own ordinary water, it will not work. What my own is going to work. Because I'm a custodian of a spirit, and I'm conscious of what I'm doing. So, now, that intention is what happens. Because I know what you're asking me now. How can people be endangered? The clothes, is there clothes of Satan or clothes of not Satan? Now, somebody will come to your wardrobe. All these people who are doing ritual, and they say, go and collect any of his material. He will not use glove to pick it. He will use his own hand to pick it and take it there. When you do any incantation to that, it connects to you because your emotion has been invested in it as the fact that it is your own. That word, this is my own hanky, which you consciously know where you kept it and to pick it. As you are picking it, you are enforcing emotion into it. Right? Yes. Now, the person that picked it and took it to witch doctor, the witch doctor will also collect it. But you who have the intention and have concentrated more of your energy into it, and him brought it with the intention that it is you that is to be attacked. So what is happening that will make that thing to affect you is those emotions, not the clothes, basically, which have been concentrated on it. I said it in one of our truth markets things. When the white people were coming to Africa to buy artifacts and relics, they buy it based on the age it has stayed. Then if you bring the one that have not stayed for a very long time and paint it and dust it, when they come, they know. Why is it becoming expensive based on the age it has stayed? Because how many people have gathered there to put and deposit their thoughts and their emotion and their imagination on this thing, that this thing is going to guide us? So that time they are looking at those shrines and they carve they are depositing their emotion and charging the energy in that, just like solar panel. So, Satan now in fashion, now start using it against men. So a demon can manufacture a product and put a spell on it and have it dedicated and consecrated and bring it to the market. Whosoever wears that gets contaminated if you are not sanctified. But if you are sanctified to the pure, everything is pure. Then if you are sanctified, immediately you touch it as well, the light in you will run
Neutralize
through it.
it.
And it will become counter opposition. It will neutralize it. But if whether there is a spell in a certain design and so things, there are spells.
Description.
Yes, even without inscription. But when inscription comes, that is the worst part of it. So you now find out that many people who sleep at night, after sleeping at night, they become inspired by a demon to put on a tattoo. Immediately they go to shop or just walking, you find one or two things that will pop up. You see them in tattoo, this thing. And the first thing their eye is going to go is to that one they have been inspired to design. Now, when you now design that tattoo, either in your clothes or in your this thing, now the demon who met you in the dream will come and possess you. It's like a signpost.
The spiritual world is a deep.
Are you listening to me? So if we continue debating all these religious things, Satan will eat everybody like tiger.
That is it.
Because by all this nonsense they are bringing in the society, this argument, you see what is trending in the internet now. The person, a pastor will come and say that the name of Jesus is this one. The other one will say that Adam is not a child of God. And the other one will come. These things is a distraction Satan is making. They think they are gaining fame and popularity and YouTube is paying them. They think when they die, that's when they will know that they have missed it. They should have allowed all those things to go and face attention on things. So, when you now design snake on your clothes, I have so many artifacts I collected from so many of them. They are in my office. You buy an earring, okay, like your sister, right? If you buy, she wore a necklace, the design is still in my office there, design with a cobra head. And you use the eye of a cobra to put on this thing as a design. But she did not know, but I knew. Immediately she came to my office and said, no, this is possessed. So now, when you go and do that, the spirit behind it will possess you. Let me give you an illustration. My children drew something, either drew or have a part of cartoon. They brought to me, they came to my bed. And after, in the night, when they were about to go to their room, they left that cartoon, drawn cartoon on my bed. Because of my spiritual sensitivity, I slept. I was seeing the figures on my sling, in my sling, this one, that one. I say, what is happening? I saw it in my sling, I saw it this, I saw it that, I saw it. I say, what? So I couldn't figure it out. But when I woke up in the morning, after like 2-3 hours or something like that, I was doing something. In order to straighten my bed sheet, I saw that thing, which was giving trouble in the night.
You see?
Yes. Now, this one happened before. They went to village during December. Yeah. They came back with a teddy bear. Right? Now, I was in my house. That thing came and was talking.
Before their arrival, or what?
As they came back,
Okay.
they came back with it.
Okay.
So he was talking. I look, I woke up. I said, what happened? I said, what happened? So I look. I saw that teddy. I picked it. I now called my wife, called the Chinwekene and my this. I said, where did you people bring this thing for? This thing is possessed.
Yes.
Now I begin to trace. They say my son Light picked it on the street in the village. Wow. Are we there?
Yes.
Last 2 weeks, this dummy, yes, the children used to plait hair, okay, to play with, okay. I bought it for my daughter. Then when we brought it home, this one is last 2 weeks. She woke up in the night and was crying. I said, what is that? He said that this thing was pursuing her.
Oh my God.
A dream. And she was in toilet and this thing pushed her down.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, this one is last 2 weeks. He pushed her down. So she woke up panting. So the mother was telling me, she brought this in and cast it out. That she will never use it again. You see? Now, this is what people have 30, 40, they're packed. They feel comfortable. Why are they feeling comfortable? They don't even know. So whatever network and frequency is going on, they don't know. But why I'm dictating all these things is because of the atmosphere. Yes, the atmosphere in my place is so saturated that anything strange comes in, you'll be detected. There was a day a family came to my house, and when they left, my daughter and my wife was eating, and an image, a figure, passed this way. So they all looked back. It faded. And we had to go to the spirit to check. What is that? They said that these people are polluted. An angel came to drive, the concentration out of the room. So that was what they saw, the image. So this place needs to be swept and cleaned up by an angel.
Wow.
You see? So transaction that is going on. When religion comes, they use this thing to distract you. So every clothes you buy in a market, check the inscription in it.
Very important.
Yes. They draw skull, they do this, you think it's ordinary. Immediately you have that, you have their emblem, just like a trademark of a company. Right? Yes.
So, sorry, sir, please, let me come in.
Are you getting what I'm saying? All right. So now, Satan can decide, like all these naked things and all that, Satan can use it. As long as, when a woman dress sexy and put on that sexy clothes, and you get hooked because of her nudity,
Yes.
and sleep with her, the Satan that is in charge of that now is marketing that product will possess you. He will own you 100%. If you wear a cloth, drawn anything, like skull and all that, watch your life.
Exactly.
Watch your life. Because Satan is coming to market in the physical world through men and the product he produces. So each product he brought in the market and you pick it, right, in the name of fashion, and you are impure, he has already used that as a SIM card to you. When you keep it, he can use that thing to access you. So we are saying, if not because we came, nobody on earth will consciously be saved.
Honestly.
All salvation is based on trial and error.
Honestly.
Because whatever decision on life you live or choose to live is a lesser evil you are choosing. The one society have been used to All right? Like religion now. You know, religion is a social accepted evil. Religion is supposed not to be in the society of men. But over time, then people accepted it as a norm. Then he get them trapped and pinned. No religious person is moving forward. Forget about material things. A prostitute can be a billionaire. And the richest people in the world are not driving this thing. So I'm not using money to judge. But judge yourself by peace, good health, fulfillment. You understand?
Yes.
That's what tells you whether you're a child of God or not. Do you live above ancestral spirit? Do you live above deities? And all that. When we're writing Lifeguard, you see a spirit came. Queen Ventus. Inventus or Ventus?
Victus.
Queen
Victus.
Victus. He came and said, we are revealing secrets. He came to my office first and did head like this. No. That cannot be. Then we traced the spirit. When we went and saw a woman carrying this thing, a baby, at the back, facing the sun, summoning the energy in the sun. Why could you allow these small people to be revealing secrets of something they have used to heal humanity for thousands of years? Then we follow the spirit. And after the destruction of that, when Ventus, we ask, how old are you? He says he's one of the fallen demons, angels. That is his 256,000 years. So old. Then why are you, the day we wrote Life Above Money, why do we reveal this secret? That we are now going to teach humanity that value is more important than money. That money is paper. And nobody should put attention on paper because it's a conspiracy. That we should come and begin to go to value, to interact with nature and get value to exchange with money. He landed. You see all these people, I'm a man of God, I'm a man of, you are committing suicide if you are not confirmed by heaven and mount a pulpit. Satan will rubbish you by all means. Remember a woman from Pacific Ocean we delivered, a woman that said, the demon came here and quoted the year the church was established. And said for 2011, they have been monitoring us from the Pacific Ocean. She has never been here. So the metrics and things that are going on in the spiritual world, you come here and begin to debate, argue, body of Christ. Body of Christ. How can Jesus have body without having a spirit? It is more important that we pay attention to the spirit of Christ than discussing the body of religious nonsense. Okay? So, this is it. So, clothing is anything can be possessed. A spell can be put upon it. It's just like all these attach you guys are wearing. We are just leaving it because let us even finish the one that is more important.
I heard there was someone you were saying you have been interceding for.
Yes, we have to do some subsidies to subsidize the energy.
Yes, he said he's regulating it.
I'm regulating it. Let me finish the most important thing that's destroying society. You see this finger, they will go. They produce it. One person will say, okay, I'm going to the market in the world. Let me produce one thing and give it to people. Eyelashes. Was it about 20 years ago? Was there anything like eyelashes 20 years ago? Was there anything like a fingernail 30 years ago?
No.
There was nothing. So they came to market. Let's design this. This can suit them and do. Like the earring, as I discussed in the book of Leviticus or Exodus, it said that this earring is what they used to mark a slave that have served for 7 years.
Wow.
In the ancient days. So if after you finish serving for 7 years, They will perforate your ear and put a ring. So whoever sees you will know that you have finished serving as a slave.
And then took it as a fashion.
Then people now come and pick it up as a fashion.
So now the question is, because seriously,
Yeah.
there are people now that are listening to us.
Yeah.
And they really want to know.
Yeah.
Because the question they will ask now is, using these things, is it a sin to use it? Are we supposed to discard them?
Yes.
Is
The
that what God
question, does it solve a problem?
wants? Okay.
You must ask me. Let us use 10th laws of truth.
Okay, sir.
Truth is cumulative and
Expansive.
expansive. Right? Okay. Now, does it solve any problem? Is it cumulative? Like the earring you wore when you were a child? Is it still relevant? Did you learn anything from it? Was it able to get you employed? Was it able to cause you to get married? No. So to a large extent, it's it. But let us not go there. So whatsoever you put on should be something that has the capacity to solve problem for the purpose with which it came. Are you listening to me? Yes.
Go temperature, John. I want to wear all these jacks to protect
Yes.
people from entering the
For
body.
countries, they have this thing, like in Europe.
Yeah.
That's why they put on tie, so that air will not penetrate. But if you come to church today, pastor that doesn't have AC like me now in the altar, all right, will not tie, thinking the power is in dressing. You want to package God, and you see him preaching, you'll be sweating. You'll be sweating. Me who is wearing ordinary clothes is sweating. Talk more of if I put suit. Suit should end the one I used to do my wedding. Are you listening to me? And like me now, I will go and not tie. Put tie on the neck. To do what? To impress who? Impress God? Or to scare Satan away? Am I communicating with you? So fashion, whatever you put on, let it be something that solves a problem. I remember growing up as a child.
Yes.
Then I put on watch, golden watch. It's not working. But because of this thing, I continue. Yes, lecture. You put it on and you continue wearing it about. So whatsoever you want to put on, wear, as the function. If it is not of any duty, it is to impress anybody. Then all those makeup will destroy you.
Sir, this thing you brought about now.
Yeah.
Now,
Go on.
talking about naturality.
Yeah.
You know, this issue of dress, it has a lot to do with men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at our modern age now, you discover that a lot of women who are natural, like I want to dress natural, they are, to a large extent, being despised. Let me put it that way. Then, especially from the men folk, you see a man, two women are standing. One is natural. They call her local, or she dresses like Mary Amaka. Then they prefer that one that is fashionable. Then how do you encourage those ones that are natural to continue in that way?
Okay, let me come. You say modern age. Is goat modernized? Don't laugh. You give me answer. Is goat, have you modernized goats? Have you modernized orange? Have you modernized guava? You know, if you cannot beat them, you join them. These people that succumb to such things are weak.
Jesus.
Are weak. If you stand your ground, a point will come. Men will know that those that are not putting all this nonsense are responsible people. Create a class. Didn't you see how this church evolved? We didn't go to theological school in any school. We don't belong in CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria. We don't belong in PFN, Pentecostal Association of Nigeria. We have not gone crusade anywhere. We have not gone to preach in any church. We don't have pastor's friend. Truth does not have fun at the beginning. Then if I have been running and jumping around to identify with the general overseers and pastor friends and other things, I nearly bought somebody who wedded me. You understand? You have to stand. It's like a mustard seed. It is not easy to light a candle in a stormy desert. You have betrayed yourself. You understand? Yeah. Today we came to this church and say we are going to raise virgins. How many virgins do we have here? Hundreds of them. Now today they don't feel it anymore. And they are not going to be reverend sisters. But we started it. That it is possible. Let them be trained in this way. Now when they look around now, they see. They look around, they see. They look around, they see this person is a virgin, this person is a virgin, this person is a virgin. So they begin to expand. So the forces of darkness and suggestion coming from the negative world and the people in a worldly form can no longer impress them. They stood their ground. So if you have truth that is squared, you have sold your birthright to compromise because somebody rejected you. Understand? Yes. Likes attracts likes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I hear this.
Likes attracts likes. We say whatever makes you good to a good person and makes you bad to a bad person. So when a good person sees good things, he will appreciate it. And when a bad man sees good things, he says it's bad. You understand? So when you attain perfection and begin to live in a universal principle, it becomes stainless. Even if people reject you, heaven will raise you up beyond people. Are you there? And brings people who are going to marry you from afar. You understand? Marry you from afar. So these are the things. Many men have even surrendered to marrying masquerade and all that because they can no longer see somebody who is decent.
Exactly. And that is true.
Are you not the one telling me that one popular man married a person on the street and it is causing havoc?
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everybody know what is good. Exactly. If you see all these people that are destroying young girls, they want their children to be the best. But they couldn't help themselves to restrain themselves from the children, from other children's life. If you see all these people that are drinking alcohol, they won't like their children to drink alcohol, but they could not help themselves. So if they see a child that is not drinking alcohol, they will give the person a thumbs up. But when you are weak, you want to stay naturally, but somebody will come and suggest to you. Just like the children we are raising here. When they suggest you say they are after all. They will go out there. They begin to tell the person that, hey, I love you. Without you, I cannot, I don't sleep at night. I love you. Now, I used to teach them. If the person who wants to sleep with you, all right, as a virgin because he cannot sleep with you, ask him or her. He cannot do without you. Ask him, the first person you slept with, why have you done away with her? Or are you a virgin? You find out that what happens to the first person he slept with is the same thing that is going to happen to you when he sleeps with you. And I made them know that nobody can love you like your future. Because when iron becomes hot in the future, your boyfriend or your wife or your husband will not be there. But your future will be there. So if you disgrace your future now for the sake of what people will say and compromise, in the future, your future will disgrace you. So love your future and make your future your best friend. So that by tomorrow, when friends goes, your future will be there to speak with you. Are you there? So whosoever has what works. The only challenge people have had is that there have never been in human history where truth is perfected in a square form. Understand? So if you say that, okay, this is the way I want to live my life, you are suffering from other ground, other side. And Satan will use it to weaken you. Then you accept what you should have rejected. But now, truth is explained in a square form. So there is no door through which Satan can come into somebody and have dominion over the person. Anybody whom you see committing sin now in the embassy of the New Jerusalem, and as the word of God spreads, right, to cover the earth as the water covers the sea, is committing sin of commission, no longer sin of omission. Sin of omission is sin of ignorance, which people used to commit because they don't know. But sin of commission is sin of awareness. You know truly that this is wrong, and you went ahead to do it. So what the sin people have been committing before now is sin of omission, sin of ignorance. Nobody taught them the implications of the evil they are doing. All right? So it is pays And the person becomes center of attraction. When you learn how to look natural and decent, it's a spark of self-confidence that dwells in you.
This is powerful. This statement is powerful.
Yes, it's a spark
of
a self-confidence and the manifestation of the God in you.
Wow. So, indirectly or directly, are encouraging our female folk to look natural.
Yes.
That is what is acceptable.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Not acceptable, that is fulfilling.
That is fulfilling.
Nobody's accepting anything.
Okay.
That is fulfilling, something that can give you calmness.
Okay.
You're not under tension.
Yes.
You are not living life to impress anybody. You are
Yes.
just yourself.
Wow. Thank you so much. I think we've really had an exhaustive day.
Yeah.
And before we wrap it up and draw the curtain to a close for the day,
Okay.
you made mention of nakedness, spiritual clothing, which is the most important.
Yeah.
Then I want you to a kind of a recap to highlight and let people watching us know how they can be naked spiritually
Okay.
and what it entails to be clothed spiritually. I know you've said it, but how can a man be spiritually naked?
Okay. Just like what we were saying. Spiritually naked is all this dragging for material things. Thinking that money is what makes you a child of God. Fame is something that makes you relevant. That money is something that makes you to have a bargaining power and controlling power over people. Or lies. You know, it's an indication, just like this one you say, it's an indication that you are empty in the inside.
Okay.
A lady that has value in the inside, recognize the God in him, won't even get married because he saw a man on the street. He will get married based on referral.
That's right. This one blow my mind.
Yes,
That's
based
right.
on
referral.
And there will be contention, there will be competition on who to marry you. Then if the people in the neighborhood don't acknowledge, which they must, right?
Yes.
God will send people from afar. So you don't marry physically, you marry spiritually before marrying physically. Every marriage that takes place physically crash and crumble.
I hear you. I hear you,
I'm
sir.
telling you.
Yes, sir.
But that which is ordained from heaven, right? If you come in the physical, it can never go wrong.
Wow.
No matter what happens. How many divorces do we have? How many unmarried girls do we have? And how many of them is decent? Not decency in a religious way. Because if you are religious, you become unproductive in other aspects of life.
Yes.
But if you are not religious and you are decent, you become productive on every area of your life. Is that okay? Yes. All right. So the nakedness of a man is when these physical things matter for you. You're already naked. Why? Just like the people who are telling you that you are going to go to heaven. We don't go to heaven, we be in heaven. As I'm standing here now, immediately we close. Where am I going to?
To your house.
To my house. Why am I going to my house?
Because that's where you are living.
Yes, because I'm not there right now.
Okay.
So I have to look for what I don't have.
Okay.
And that is my house, which I have to go to.
Okay.
So when you are looking for Jesus, then that means Jesus is not with you. So when you are looking for heaven, planning to go to heaven, that means you are in hell. So when you are done with hell, then you go to heaven.
So if you are not in heaven currently, that means you are in
You
hell.
are in hell. That's the description by principle,
Yes.
not by religion. All right? Okay, there is no middle way. Is that okay? Yes. So now, when the things of earth begin to matter for you, all right, then that means you are naked in the spiritual world.
I hear this.
Yes. We have it in the book of Revelation chapter 3 verse 15 down to 17. He said, you are not hot, you are not cold. I will vomit you out of my mouth, because you are neither hot nor neither cold. Then he say you are naked. You are puffed off because you think you have gold and silver and all that. He say, but you are naked. And come and buy without gold from me. I will give you a precious jewel and clothe you with white garments.
That's right.
That white garment is a positive emotion.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Because now, those that are emptily clothed, I feel ashamed. When I listen to men of God talking, I'm a billionaire, I am a rich man, I am this, I say, what? So all your anointed is concentrated on millionaires. I have 1 billion people, I'm controlling 1 million people, my auditorium is filled. I say, what? So you don't even ask how many people have you saved out of these 1 billion people. You're just interested in number. Are you looking for crowd or looking for crown?
That's right.
A child of God should be looking for crown, not the crowd.
And they are the ones too that argue that their pastors have never worn the same suit.
Okay.
So they change their suits on every single.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it? So all these things has become standard of measurement. So as he is wearing clothes to impress people, he is naked in the spiritual world. So now, if I live here now, I want to go home, I'm living here empty. So immediately you leave your spiritual essence and come into the physical world to compete, you're already naked in the spiritual world. Because you have left your abode and your citadel,
That's right.
which every of your existence in the physical world should be fueled from the spiritual world. So that is nakedness in the spiritual. So if you read that book of Revelation chapter 3, you see what nakedness really means. So wherever your thought is, that's where you are. You are not a thought away from God, and you are not a thought away from Satan. And you are not a thought away from heaven, and you are not a thought away from hell. If you think angrily now, you're already socketed to heaven. If you die in that to hell, if you die in that anger, bam, you continue with such regret. So that is the meaning of being naked in the spiritual world. Then our spiritual garment is human emotion. That's our spiritual garment. So when your emotion is positive, you are wearing a white garment, because your emotion in reflection of it in the spiritual world is going to produce white garment, which is white snow. It's not a cloth, it's physical clothes like fabrics, but it's a white snow that will cover you. Understand? Yes. As you are going like a ball of light in the spiritual world, which shields you from spiritual attack or kidnapping in the spiritual world. Okay. Then if your thought is negative, right, then you are putting on a black clothes. Okay. And whoever sees you in the spiritual world, see you with a ball clothed with darkness.
That's right.
Darkness. All your body, your formation will be dark. That's why so many people, in the time of mourning, they wear black clothes. And some religion will wear black clothes. That is a significance, signifying demon. Okay. You know, the day we went to Benue, a child that was kidnapped and stayed in a river, Benue, by Marine Power. She stayed in a river for, I think, 3 days or 1 week. Yes. The parents were looking for her, but she was under the sea. So when we delivered her here, after she got married there and came to the physical world, and that person, that man he married in the spiritual world, continued appearing to her. When she wanted to marry the physical husband, then the thing was coming to, he will knock her off in zone 5, Abari shopping complex. Knock her down because he was preparing. So she disclosed it to Ebenezer. Then Ebenezer brought her here. Then we delivered her And after that, we went to Benue in the spirit to destroy the spirits there. Now, she gave example and illustration. And when she was in the sea, all what they were wearing was black clothes.
Wow.
All the demons, even the one that got married to her, they were all putting on black clothes. Is that okay? Right. So now, that is a symbol of their negative thoughts pattern. Become that. Now, we have said it, that anything physical is a trapped spirit. Anything physical created by God is a trapped spirit. It has the spirit of God in it. Like a stone is a trapped spirit. Trees are trapped spirit. Goats, even this our body, is a trapped spirit, which through oxidation, they can evaporate and go back in a gaseous form, in atmosphere. All right? Okay, so it's a trapped spirit. Now, that's why when somebody is offended or giving something that gives you a surprise, you begin to cry. When you start crying, you are shedding tears. That tear that is coming out is an expression of emotion that condensed and pour out through your ear. That's why tear is T-E-A-R and fear is F-E-A-R and wear is W-E-A-R. All right?
Exactly.
Okay, so now when that tear is coming, that is an emotional garment, condensed, pressed out, that is coming out from your, in physical, expressing itself in the physical world.
Wow.
Whether it is tear of joy or tear of sorrow. It's an expression of the garment based on your feeling and your emotion.
Exactly. This is an exposition. Great.
So it's like you are pulling off a cloth, but it doesn't have anywhere to express itself except through the eyes. Yes.
This is a spark.
You see?
It's a spark.
It's a spark.
Wow.
Okay? So these are the things. So many things in the spiritual world. But if we continue, if Christianity, I said it, if Christianity had continued this way, and New Jerusalem did not come to intercept, in 50 years to come, there will be nothing like Christianity.
Honest.
I'm telling you, as instructed, there will be nothing like Christianity. It is only us now that came to put weight. And our listeners and any person anywhere in the world, come on with any question
Yes, sir.
in the universe regarding heaven, regarding earth, regarding perfect life, regarding Jesus, regarding God, regarding angel, regarding spirit, anything at all. I'm not going to answer it by my own power. You know, I'm not well read. But those that sent me will tell me what to tell you,
That's
and
right.
it must be exact.
Exactly. Precision with specifications.
Sorry?
No.
Why you speak this man like this and you never heard?
All right. Are you there?
Exactly.
So anything that gives you distraction has offload your clothes spiritually. Upload your garment spiritually. So if you people continue paying attention to sickness, to Satan, homage to sickness, to your ancestor, they are calling you, you are dodging. You don't know that by you dodging and running away, you are worshiping them indirectly. Put on the light. Let your ancestor come. You deal with them. If you can't, you send an angel. Because Jesus is now your ancestor. So when you are putting, or people praying midnight prayer, in the midnight, a whole man of God or a child of God will wake up and start praying. Because their garment is dirty.
Yes.
So by lying down in there, you absorb and attract demons. Then they will come and attack you. But if you are of ball of light and you lie down, Satan knows the fear.
Yeah. Wow. This is amazing. This is
Satan knows the
amazing.
fear. But when your activities in the day, your thoughts and your imagination is negative, then you upload it, you go to night and you sleep. Then the Lord who watches over the city neither sleep nor slumber. But because you are not being watched over, you have to watch over yourself. Yes. But we still remember Psalm 127. If the Lord does not watch the house, the watchman watching in vain, and God giveth his beloved sleep. So if you are really a child of God, with all this awareness and exposition, let's forget about it. Kaira Pozia.
All right. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah?
You have answered all my questions.
Okay, all your questions. Okay. Such as?
I had a lot to ask. I even wanted to ask you about buying thrift clothes, like second-hand
Clothes. Yes. Yeah.
But you've already explained and told us that there are spirits trapped in everything.
Yes.
And more so if it has a negative inscription,
Inscription.
that makes it worse.
Yeah, that makes it
Yes.
worse.
But if you are light, you
Yes.
can neutralize
Yeah.
whatever your hand touches.
Touches.
So that
Yes.
answers it.
Yeah. Because as the demon consecrated energy to it, you are talking and concentrating your own energy. And light and darkness. When greater power join power, the lesser one will bow.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much, sir. In fact,
Ask any other question in collaboration to that so that it can pop up to the people that are listening to us. If there is something question you was, don't swallow it. You needed to ask. Yes. It's no longer for you, it's for the people listening.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I wanted to also get a clarification when you said, and just to put it out there,
Yeah.
because there are people that bother so much about what they put on.
Okay.
Like certain females who want to wear the latest Bone Street hair.
Yeah.
There's a kind of ribbon called Bone Street, and
Okay.
it's worth a lot of money.
Okay.
So they concentrate so much that even the last money they have, their
Yes.
last card, just to show other people that they are well-to-do,
Yeah.
they are okay, they are part of the society. They will spend that money in buying those things
Yes.
just to come out and look good in their own perception.
Yeah.
So it actually means that they are spiritually
Naked, yeah. It is emptiness. You used to use something to cover up.
Exactly.
Yes. But what the truth now is that even when those people you are trying to impress come closer to you, within 2-3 days of staying close with you, you see your emptiness and your nakedness. That's why those many celebrities they do not allow people close to them because of their emptiness. They don't have a value to continue discharging. It is only that which you see in the air that is ruling them. You understand? But inside of them, they are empty. So if you stay with them 3 days, you'll be so disappointed.
Is that all?
Yes, you will be like, is that all? So they keep people at arm's length and use so many things to intimidate people.
That's the secret.
All right? However, there are still people Satan engage to begin to advertise his or her products. Is that okay? Like all these cross-gender dressers, they are all working for Satan, knowingly or unknowingly. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Any other
So
one?
if you are spiritually clothed in truth,
Yeah.
it simply means that whatever you see on social media, or you see people wear out there, or you see people showcase, will not apply to you.
Yeah.
It will not disturb your spirit because
yeah.
you know that
Greater
who
is he
you
that
are.
is
Yes,
in you.
exactly.
And two, you know, religion, when the religious people hear this thing now, they begin to behave like mumu. Just like the expensive clothes you said. All right? Buy whatsoever you are modern. And don't put your spirit to it. And don't allow it to control you. You understand? Yes. But if it is buying expensive things, buy things that are expensive, because many things that are expensive is expensive because of the value imputed in it. And we say, he whoever buys cheap pays twice. So if you start looking for cheap things, you pay twice, and you will not get the joy in it. And just as we said, beauty is inexhaustible. When you build something, make it very beautiful and look okay and natural. All right? Then whosoever sees it takes a part by the joy and satisfaction the person derives from it. So that's what we say, that beauty is inexhaustible. Everybody sees it, opportunity taken from it. So I think that's it.
That's another.
Okay. Yeah.
And I like that you touched the aspect of being natural.
Okay.
So many people that are natural out there always don't have self-confidence.
Yes.
They feel that they are different.
Yeah.
So for you touching it, they should know that they are special.
Yeah.
And do not allow anybody push you into who you are not.
Yeah.
Rather ask for the grace to be.
Yes.
To be who you are.
To be. It is not easy to be unless you have thorough knowledge. Like me when I was in school. Right? Yes. When I was in university, I had only 4 clothes. I wore from year 1 to year 3. And a palm. Fortunately, I didn't keep it. A palm I wore, I use it, I go to Lagos, I go to everywhere with it. Yet, if you see me in the school, I appear to be the neatest person there. Are you there? Yes. Now, this is how it's supposed to be. That contentment. I did not go to university to show off. However, if it is available, it cannot control me. Mm-hmm. But as it is not available, it still cannot control me because that is not what I went there to do. Mm-hmm. That is the reason today, nobody can measure how worthy I am. Mm-hmm. Why? I'm not serving money, money is serving me. Mm-hmm. So don't allow clothes to be the one that bought you. That is the reality. No. It's the one that buys you because it tells you how to walk, how to walk, how to speak, and what to do everything. So now the clothes is now your master, what you are putting on. Because it's deviating you and distracting you on how to behave. So you are a slave to the clothes. You did not buy the clothes bought you.
That's another word.
Wow. That's amazing. All right. Thank you, sir. I think we are done.
Yeah.
All right. We thank God for today. It has been wonderful as usual. And just like servants have done justice to this topic as regards clothing, as regards dressing. It has been a contention in the society and a lot of people has misinterpreted this thing. And you see so many madness out there, in the streets and so many confusions. A lot of persons, just like he has stated lastly, so many people, they are just after the apparel and controlling them. But from everything we have heard today, in summary, he has made us to understand that clothing in the first place was not in place. God did not create man with clothing. No person was born with clothes on him and he came out. So he made us to understand that the most important clothing so far is that spiritual clothing, which is your positive emotion, that good intention. That was what Adam and Eve had. That intention, that positivity, that emotion that clothed them, and they couldn't recognize or notice that they were physically naked. So it was when that spiritual garment was corrupted by Satan, that was when physically they now discovered that they were naked and now saw the need to cover their nakedness. And also it made us to know that the need for clothing came as a result of necessity. It could be geographical, it could be because of, the setting or what is needed per time. So that was why he made us to understand that there is nothing like gender classification when it comes to dressing or clothing, because all is tantamount to the situation on ground. And then he has opened our eyes also to realize that if you begin to look at specification in terms of dressing, then there is no universal principle as to how people should dress. But the point is this: let your intention be the driving force for your dressing. You are dressing for comfort, you are dressing for you to feel free, and not because there is anything you have in mind. A lot of people out there, they go negative and they go naked on the streets because of the polluted intention and mindset. And as a result of that, you think maybe you are doing anybody. He said you are doing yourself, because the distraction, the destruction, The everything is on your head. It doesn't matter who you distracted as a result of that. You will still pay a heavy price for that. Now, in a nutshell, he made us to understand that in as much as we have talked about the positive emotion, which is our spiritual clothing that is most important, because when you have concentration, when you are focused on who you are and what you have come to do here on earth, you will not be distracted to even see that there is something out there. But the need for you to cover yourself is because of the weather and because of, necessities. Then he also finalized by telling us that spiritual nakedness and physical nakedness, you are not supposed to dress naked or nude because of I don't care or it doesn't matter. It really matters. So moderation and originality is key. And if you are maintaining originality, that shows that right within you, you are confident in yourself, not being driven by what people want or not being or wanting to be accepted. And if you're spiritually naked, that is the emptiness within you that makes you to look after material things and all of that. So I can't go over the teachings again, but you can see from the little summary that, wow, it's a whole lot. And I encourage you to sit back there and make sure you watch this video till the end. Also, don't forget to comment, to like, and to share. And he said, ask as many questions as possible. By the mantle and the grace of God upon his life, he's going to give you every answer with precision and specification, no doubt. And also, we bring our materials to you. This is the Book of Excellence. This book has been a bomb, and it has really opened men, to who they really are and what is needed. This is another spiritual clothing. When you understand, the ministry of morality, then you will know that there is no such garment you needed as morality. Please grab this book. It is everything. We also have the laws of truth. This is the constitution of God here on earth. This is the manual that God has sent through the ministry of the servant Ifeanyi Church to redirect men to God. This is that roadmap that we do what? That we point to you, who you are, your destiny, and that fulfillment. And also give you the power and the grace to live above money, above forces, and above everything. And also to rule your world. We also have our lifeguard that runs monthly. As you can see, this one is God is Beyond Religion. And we have a lot of them. So you can just place your order. These are the materials you need, to remain spiritually clothed and also to become everything God wants you to be. I hope you're blessed. And with these things, I hope you are convinced and not confused that Choose Market is everything and a place where you really need to come and buy and sell and be fulfilled in life. All right, so I've come to the end of today's series, and I'm going to call it a day. I remain Divine Susie. Thank you. See you some other time. Bye.